So I've worked at the Hawk Card office. I'm student manager actually. I've been there almost 3 years.
Those are ready for you to use. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a nice day.
You wouldn't think Hawk Card, you think kind of more business and things like that. You wouldn't think it relates to education as much, but it actually became a really huge part of my life and a part of my classes. I found ways to overlap and add things from class into work, like communication. Yeah, it's huge at the office. We do customer service. I do customer service as a teacher. My job is serving my customer, my students, and their families and giving them what they need, or learning the technology. I need to know technology in the classroom to, especially today, meeting all the needs of the students. I created lesson plans for our training guides, and then from work to class, like bringing my customer service skills and my communication skills in. So they just kind of melted together, and it was such a great experience. Why would I want to leave? Twice a semester we do LEAP. We focus on, the first one is like technology and integration, the next one's communication and human cultures. How is this related to your position? How is this related to your classes? And how is this related to your career?
That's what we're about, is to teach students how to make themselves smarter. It helps you process information better, it helps you ask better questions, it helps you to adapt to different situations no matter where you are. It helps you know more, it helps you want to know more, which I think should all be a goal, but certainly a goal of liberal education.
Being a liberal arts college, I was able to learn a lot of things that are very important for my job now. So communication skills, presentation skills, working in a team skill, deadlines, and also really being able to relate to your audience in terms of salesmen, sometimes managers, sometimes customers, and I really have to understand what their perspective is and tailor my approach to them. And I think that coming from Whitewater, I was able to learn a lot of those core principles from Whitewater. Usually students who come from a smaller university have more skill sets because they were able to work with the professors one-on-one. In the bigger university settings, a lot of professors don't have the time or the patience. And if you really can maintain contact with them, even beyond graduate school, Dr. Hahn and Dr. Anderson are both still my mentors to this day. I still ask them a lot of industry questions, a lot of career advice, and even some personal questions. So it's been very advantageous. So not just the research, but the relationship as well.
And that's what employers want. It's setting us up with skills that employers want us to have. So it does look very nice when you're interviewing or when you get hired, and on your resume you can put, I have this skill, and I can prove that this is what I formed on my job, and this is how I connect it from my classroom.
I love being in a classroom with other majors, whereas business classes are all business majors. My gen eds have psychology majors, education majors, and you get to hear their perspectives. I am leaving January 6th until May 6th, spending those 4 months in Seville, Spain. Hopefully to become 100% fluent in Spanish. I'm almost there. I've been studying it for 8 years, so living with a host family and having all Spanish classes will really help me get that fluency. I had no tutoring experience, but my Spanish experience played into it really well, and now I'm a supplemental instructor for a lower level Spanish class and a general tutor, so I tutor about 20 students right now, and it's great practice for me and it's really helpful to them.
You can graduate and have a degree and have an A, but if you can't problem solve, if you can't look at a problem and creatively think about it, look at it and go, oh, well, this didn't work, but maybe this will, it's going to be very difficult for you no matter what your major is. You need to be able to look at a problem and go, okay, this doesn't work, this one might, and find a way to approach it.
Hook is a multi-purpose aircraft-grade aluminum TV mounting bracket that allows your TV to become portable, more useful, and you can really hang it anywhere you please. Space is limited within dorm rooms, and I needed to find a way to save more space. And you can't drill into the walls, you can't drill in anything. So this is kind of the win-win solution that can be used for anyone. So it's kind of cool that I could take the knowledge and information I learned from that class and literally go back to my dorm room and implement it. Business is all about communication. I think that's kind of a big issue in today's world. I mean, we have a lot of technology, we have a lot of apps, a lot of multimedia that basically goes around the purpose of communicating, which is through verbalization and eye-to-eye contact and writing it down. I've learned more outside the classroom than I have learned in class. But that doesn't mean I haven't learned as much in class as I learned outside.
They do definitely encourage you to get involved in orgs and give you information on different orgs on campus.
There's so many opportunities beyond that first year.
So you want to go across the street up to 36th.
We're people who are really passionate about our fields and over time find the things that will help our students really get a head start. And we actually partner with an alternative school, high school in Milwaukee, and so they're actually going to get a field experience their first semester, which is unusual for freshmen in education.
I recently went to Yellowstone with my learning community instructor, Dr. George Cloakey, and there we talked about the geology and ecology of Yellowstone National Park in winter time.
Again, it's just to kind of help them figure out where they're going early so that they don't miss any opportunities along the way.
The most important thing is just giving them the tools to be able to think for themselves. And no matter what job you're in, this stuff is going to matter a ton.
You learn this in school, but you take what you learn in school and you apply to stuff you do outside of school. You learn a lot of things outside of this bubble. And once you kind of get the hang of it, you kind of go back inside that bubble when you're in school and be like, hey, I kind of know what they're talking about.
Now that I'm starting to do job interviews, they don't explicitly say it's LEAP, but they ask the principals the same thing. So it's really interesting to see like, okay, this is useful, I am using it, and it doesn't go away. It's going to be around forever.